What's up, guys? Back with another video. I know it's been a while, but I've been pretty busy setting up some other Truth Team 10 stuff. Little quick announcement. We are now over on Instagram, Twitter, and also Odyssey, as well as YouTube. Yeah, so I'll be, now that that's all finished being created, I will be uploading a bit more often. So yeah, go ahead and chuck a follow over there, over on those platforms, as well as here, and also make sure you subscribe here so you get, stay up to date with my updates coming up. I have a feeling that it's going to be a lot more UFO announcements and stuff coming in the next couple of months. From what I understand, there's something happening on Sunday at 7 p.m. Some sort of announcement, maybe from like the CIA. It could be this Pentagon one, but I have a feeling the Pentagon one will be a bit later. But I think I heard of something about CIA releasing some more documents. So yeah, it's all the truths coming out, and yeah, let's take a look at this. I mean, they're basically talking about the Pentagon UFO report set to be released. They talk about June, and I don't think Sunday is quite June yet. So yeah, this will probably be mid-June, something like that. Yeah, so definitely stay tuned for that. Chuck that subscribe so you get notified. Also hit that notification bell. And yeah, let's check it out. This is Sky News Australia reporting on this, by the way.
And no, it's not a joke. The Pentagon is set to release a report, possibly June, on UFOs that US Navy pilots have been seeing. I mean, former President Barack Obama last week said, look, this may sound odd, but it isn't.
What is true, and I'm actually being serious here, is that there's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they moved, their trajectory.
Now, what it's talking about is that for the past couple of decades, naval pilots in the US have kept seeing strange objects in the sky with them moving extremely fast. This, for instance, is from 2015 off Florida.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. The whole thing, dude.
And last year, the US Defense Department set up a special task force led by the Navy to detect, analyze and catalogue UAPs, which is called UFOs, that could potentially pose a threat to US national security. And a former official who did this kind of work for the US government says that is serious.
Imagine a technology that can do 600 to 700 G-forces, that can fly at 13,000 miles an hour, that it can evade radar, and that can fly through air and water and possibly space. And, oh, by the way, has no obvious signs of propulsion, no wings, no control surfaces, and yet still can defy the natural effects of Earth's gravity. That's
Aliens. Obviously.
Precisely what we're seeing.
And a pilot whose squadron tracked one of these UFOs said last week this had national security implications.
I would say, the highest probability is it's a threat observation program.
Could it be Russian or Chinese technology?
I don't see why not.
Are you alarmed?
I am worried, frankly.
Joining me is Sky News US correspondent Annalise Nielsen. Annalise, I'm not wearing my tinfoil hat, but it does seem to be something out there. The question is, what?
Well, that's it. It's not a tinfoil hat discussion at the moment, and that's what's got people so alarmed. But the important...
Oh, that shit pisses me off when they're gonna go, oh, tinfoil hat. There's just so much evidence that it's freaking aliens. Like, I mean, like the military even admitted last year in an article that they, that these objects are not of this Earth. So what else does that? Obviously, that means fucking aliens. Like, I mean, the media is still trying to ridicule it. Oh, look at these alien tinfoil hat nut job people. Oh, it just pisses me off.
The important thing is there's a difference here in the conversation between unidentified flying objects and extraterrestrial beings. We're not saying that necessarily there's aliens ready to swarm the planet, but there's just things in the sky that they don't know what they are. And the only thing more terrifying than the government knowing something and not telling you is the government not knowing and telling you what they don't know, because this is really concerning for a lot of people, that they see these objects, that they defy natural order, as you heard in that clip before. But it's also a very real chance that this is military capability from another superpower. So this is why Americans are taking this increasingly seriously. But there is a very long history in the US of obsession over UFOs. Even former President Jimmy Carter, before he became president, says he saw a UFO in the sky. Gerald Ford demanded an inquiry into it when he was a senator from Michigan. So this isn't a new obsession in America, but this has certainly reignited a lot of interest in it. And I mean, if 2020 couldn't get any weirder, why not bring UFOs in 2021?
Look, I don't know if what they're seeing is real. It's a freak of radar or infrared detection. I don't know, but they seem to think it's more than that. How much interest is there in the US about this? I was struck by the fact that they've got Barack Obama, the president, talking about it last week. God,
it's just so annoying how, like, even Australian media, like this is Sky News, they're, compared to the rest of our media, they're the most reliable, unbiased generally. But it's just crazy how uninformed all of these media are on the subject of UFOs and aliens. I mean, I've been researching this shit for 17 years, or 18 years now, but and I've got shitloads of videos up on YouTube already, which you can check out if you want to see some more evidence. But it's just they're so uninformed, and they're just like, oh, it could be like China or Russia. It's like, no, they're not. They're coming from freaking outer space, and some of them are shaped like goddamn pyramids. And the technology that they're using, there's not I mean, with maybe some reverse engineered UFO, even the reverse engineered Area 51 stuff, it wouldn't be anywhere near as powerful as these objects, which as the military said in the other, I'll link this video for you in the description. But they clearly say that they're not made on this Earth. I mean, what more of an admission do you want? That clearly means aliens. Anyway, let's continue with the video.
Pentagon having a special task force that was set up last year to look at this, and you had a 60 Minutes to the US show on it as well. It seems to be peaking.
It does, and this isn't a new obsession, as I said before. This is kind of cyclical in America, but Barack Obama's comments are what really ignited this and kind of made it a water cooler conversation. There's plenty going on in the US right now, and I think it's a nice distraction from what's been a pretty awful year. And it's also kind of a bit symbolic of how things are returning a bit to normal now in the US. Everyone who's vaccinated here wanted to be, everyone who doesn't want to be isn't, but everything's opening up again. And so now we're kind of getting back to the normal routine of looking at other stories outside of the pandemic of the last year. So yeah, why not discuss UFOs?
Getting back to normal, discussing UFOs. Well, that's a really interesting insight into American culture, but there you go. Annalise, meanwhile, you've been studying other intruders, this time a huge surge of illegal immigrants crossing into the US from over the Mexican border, a lot from Southern America or South America.
Okay, that looks like that's all they're about to say about that. So yeah, as you can see, even on Sky News, there's still a bit of friggin' ridicule still. But I mean, that's more of a nervous laugh that they're doing because they don't know what is coming, and I guarantee you, it's gonna be fucking big. And yeah, I'll definitely be uploading another video on probably Sunday night, Monday this week, when that report, or the one that was meant to be on Sunday 7 p.m. Yeah, I don't know what that's going to be about yet, but it's either CIA releasing new files or the Pentagon. But I think this particular it said June, so I'd guess mid-June. So yeah, make sure you smash that subscribe button to stay up to date, and I'll see all of you in the next video.